I've been into design since I could remember, 25, 26 years, but I've been designing intentionally to make money for about 16 years. And if I lost it all, this is what I would do if I had to start again. And honestly, if you're new or you're experienced, you should probably do this as well. I've got nearly 2 decades of design experience, branding, illustration, user interfaces, product. And honestly, the one that I've spent most of my time on is print on demand. And the way I started, I probably wouldn't do it like that again. Because for a lot of people watching this, that's exactly where you are right now, starting from zero. And truthfully, that might actually be an advantage. I've also made, by the way, a 30-step design checklist that you can download for free. This thing is mega and it's incredibly detailed. I know a lot of people who have printed it off and put it on their desks. So after watching this video, check out the 30-step checklist. The link down below is where you can download it for free. Now, starting today, here is what I would do if I had to rebuild from scratch with no designs, no store, just everything I know from doing this business for 16 years, or 16 years of experience in design and building successful print-on-demand brands. And look, I'm not just going to tell you, I'm actually going to show you. I'm going to show you the system that I use daily that helps me scale and stay creative and actually enjoy the process. Because I know for a lot of people, they can start hating the process and it can get boring. So this is going to be quite good. Now, I used to make one critical mistake. I thought I had to do it all myself, and I've made this mistake many times. Every t-shirt, every word, every illustration, I couldn't bear the idea of using someone else's design. I felt like I was cheating in a way, like I wasn't a real designer if I didn't make it all from scratch, which now I've realized is so stupid. And looking back at that mindset probably cost me thousands of hours because of the amount of time I spent designing, and tens of thousands of pounds. So pounds, dollars, whatever currency you want. Because here's the truth. This is not a competition for those that can spend the most time in Adobe Illustrator. This is a business, right? And when I finally let go of that ego, everything changed. The moment I said, you know what? If someone has already made a design that fits my niche, why can't I just buy it? My workflow skyrocketed. I was getting 10 times more designs done, and my store actually looked better. And the stress kind of started to go away because I wasn't constantly on that grind of having to draw. So here's the first shift I'd make if I had to start it over today. I'd start buying designs as a part of my strategy. No joke. Being a designer for so long, it was a really hard shift. But I know it's the best thing to do. And the first place I'd probably go is Etsy. It sounds weird because you don't go to Etsy to buy designs, you go to Etsy to buy products. But if you search Etsy for SVG files in your niche, you'll find some absolute gems. And yes, most of them are being sold by hundreds of other sellers, but that's okay, mainly because we are aiming to sell it on Shopify. So we're not really going to be surrounded by competition. And on top of that, the way we present it will be better. Our audience will be more focused. And most of the time, we'll still kind of tweak it a little, the colors or the font. We'll usually change it enough, right? But there's no requirement to change it if you don't want to. And I guess at the end of the day, we're going to be building our own brand, so I'm not super worried about the competition. Now, at the beginning, don't overthink the originality of a design, like especially at the beginning. All I'll say is just don't steal people's designs. That's not what we're here for. Now, once I realized how easy and powerful buying designs could be, I may have gone a bit mad. It feels bad to say this. I signed up to absolutely everything. I spent way too much money. Creative Fabrica, Canva, Kittle, Vexels, Creative Market, Midjourney, Ideogram, ChatGPT. Oh my gosh, it's embarrassing saying all of this. You name it, I bought it. I bought bundles. I joined memberships. I downloaded thousands of assets. Don't make that mistake. Here is my short list of actual good ones based on all of that experience. Etsy SVGs, Creative Fabrica, Midjourney, and ChatGPT. And when I say Creative Fabrica, mainly for fonts. And that's really it. Stick to a few tools and master them. But honestly, if all you did was just buy, this still wouldn't be enough. you still need direction. You need to know what to make and why it sells. And without that, your sales are pretty much doomed, right? Gosh, that sounds morbid. No, but really, you need to know what to do next. And this is where my mood board system comes in. So if I had to start over from today, I'd begin day one basically by building this specific mood board, this system from scratch. You can call it a database, doesn't really matter. And I do it inside of Figma, which is free and a really powerful way to organize your ideas. I've actually made the exact template I use available in my Design Hub, which is the design community that I've made. And you can literally copy what I'm about to show you if you want. Okay, so let's talk about schedules. This is what my schedule would look like if I was starting out from scratch. Each morning, I would spend an hour or so filling up the mood board, and this is based on my research. So I'd browse Etsy, I'd browse Amazon, Google, Pinterest, and yes, sometimes I'd browse Redbubble. I'd take screenshots of designs that catch my eye, good layouts, good phrases, good color combos, good graphic styles, good font pairings, and I'd add them to specific categories in my mood board. I would also look at designs that have lots of reviews, because reviews equal sales, and I'd take screenshots of those as well. I'm trying to build basically a really good library of inspiration. I also, by the way, don't just research my niche. A lot of the time we get inspired by other niches and we can relate it to ours. So some of our best designs are from other niches, and we've just adapted them to make them ready for our niche. And by the way, this is really important. This isn't just passively scrolling either. I'm not just like scrolling mindlessly. I'm not relying on any other apps like Merch Informer or money wasters like that. I'm actively, intentionally researching and learning. And honestly, this process never really ends. Even now, I have multiple best-selling designs. I still do regular mood board sprints. That's what I like to call them, mood board sprints. Because the more I build my visual library, the faster I can design and the better those designs perform. Right? So that's really important. This is a never-ending game until I guess you sell the business. Now, after this early morning session, I'll try and actually work out. And this isn't some alpha grind set or some crap like that. I just know that my energy peaks around 9 a.m. So I like to do something active with all of that energy versus just sitting at a desk doing designs. So I get a little workout in. I've got my weights and stuff behind me and my rowing machine and stuff. So I'm able just to sit there and do a quick workout. Sit there, stand there, whatever. I'm able to do a little bit of a workout. But I'm not saying you have to do the workout part. Once I've done my mood board and I've done a little bit of exercise, I can sit down for a solid 2 or 3 hours with no distractions. It's very hard, but I can do it. And I can start organizing and designing. And by the way, if this isn't your full-time thing, you don't have to worry about the specific schedule that I'm telling you. Just focus on the tasks I'm doing and try and fit them in whenever you can. Whether it's 30 minutes a day or if you've got 5 hours in a day, just do what you can. That's the important takeaway here. I'm sharing my schedule for those people that do have a whole day. So when I sit back at my computer, the first thing I'll do is go over my mood board and put designs I really like and want to work with in the review section, right, in the review column. And these are designs I'll adapt and turn into real designs that I can sell. I would either buy designs based on those ones in the review section, or maybe I'll make them up myself with Affinity Designer or Procreate, or nowadays what I'm doing a lot is I'm just using AI. I'm using AI very carefully. And this combination of design creation allows me to give myself speed and originality, which is really important. And here's the part that really changed it for me. This is the part that makes a world of difference. And hopefully it will answer a lot of your questions of, should I make original designs? Should I adapt? How many should I do? Well, I created a 7-to-3 rule. And it's a very simple concept. And when you follow it, your output of designs will skyrocket. 7 designs are based on something from the mood board. Don't deviate too far. Just adapt what's working. And 3 designs are completely original. Make something from my own sketches, my other thoughts, or just a full AI piece of work. I like to call these shower designs. Designs that I think up of in the shower, because we all have thoughts in the shower of like business ideas and designs and whatever. And that's why I like to call them shower designs. But just quickly going back to the 7 that you're adapting, and if you're asking, how do I adapt? Look at the phrases, look at the fonts, look at the graphics used. Don't copy pixel for pixel, but for a lot of the cases, you can use the same phrase, right? You can use the same Well, maybe don't use the exact same graphic, but you can use similar graphics or similar fonts, different placements, and you can just lay it in a different way. Now, a lot of people get hooked on needing every design to be original, and I used to be one of those people, right? But since coming up with this 7-3 rule, it's drastically changed my workflow and my success in this business, because whilst those 3 still get sales and every so often they do really well, the 7 perform far better. So constantly reinventing the wheel with 100% original ideas is incredibly difficult, and it comes with a huge time cost. This 7-3 foundation gives me safe bets while still letting me swing a couple of creative hits. I can be consistent with it, but I can also still innovate with new concepts. So it keeps this whole business fresh and fun, right? And after a few hours and aiming to design 5 to 10 designs, depending on how fast I'm going or how much I'm relying on other tools or platforms for designs, sometimes I can end a session with 20 or 30 designs. Like I said, it really depends on the design, and if I've bought the design, if I've used AI, or if I've had to draw it because I just can't get AI to work for me. Now, this video is how I would start again if I was doing designs, but if I had a store live, at this point, I'll now take those best designs from the session, I'll send them to Lauren, my wife, to get another point of view, and I'll do the 6-foot test and the 3-second billboard test to see if the design is good. Basically, that is the design instantly recognizable within 2 or 3 seconds, and can you see the major elements of that design from 6 feet back? If all is good, they'll get added to the queue to be uploaded to my store. To our store, I should say, Lauren and my store. If you don't have a store, just add these designs to your library to be uploaded when you pass, let's say, 50 designs, and then slowly upload those designs and launch your store at 100 designs. If I was starting over with limited time, maybe working a full-time job, I would just adjust but still follow this exact system of research, mood board, design, adding designs to the queue, uploading them, all of that. You don't need 8 hours in a day. Let me give you some perspective here. The average American works 35 hours in a week. Let's say they sleep 8 hours a night, and that leaves them with 9 hours every single day, right? Even if you only spent 1 of those hours on your business consistently, you would be shocked at how much progress you can make in a month and how fast that adds up. 9 hours a day is a lot of hours. I know you've got to do other things as well, but even just 1 or 2 of those hours dedicated to this will be a game changer. It's not about the hustle culture. It's about structure, it's about systems, and a really solid workflow. And this exact system, research to mood board to designing smartly and uploading consistently, this is the system I would use if I was starting over today. So if you're just getting started, use this system as a blueprint. And like I said, I also made a more in-depth 30-step design checklist that you can download for free. It's a lot more steps than I've laid out in this specific video, but it's very, very detailed and it's very exact. So I've really used, I've put everything into the checklist. So if you want the checklist, click the link down below, put your email in and download your checklist. This business doesn't reward perfection, it rewards momentum, and once you get going, please trust me, it's going to get seriously fun. And if you want to skip the noise, streamline this entire process, and start creating bestsellers right away, then check out my design community, the Design Hub. It's an awesome community filled with incredible people who are all there to help you create better designs. The link for that will also be down below in the description. And yeah, awesome. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video.